What's going on, everybody? You know what it is, man. I'm your host, Terrence Pitts, aka Pitts, from Pitt Sports Zone, Bowie TV, and Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio. We got a new face, a different time zone. Hey, listen, but he got familiar blood. It's that 412. We got Isaiah Revis in the building, San Jose State University safety. What's going on, man?
Was good. I'm chilling. Just usual. Just finishing up the season. Feel me? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Before we get started, I'm gonna throw you off a couple icebreakers, all right? It
Mm-hmm.
should be relatively easy. No trick questions. So first, what's your favorite food?
Food. That's hard. I got a big sweet tooth, so I'm gonna just say brownies with powdered sugar.
Brownies with powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite? What is your favorite place or dream place to visit?
Japan.
Japan. Why Japan?
I like their food, so I guess the food that's another part of that conversation. I like I don't know. I just seen a lot of cool things. Like their nature looks cool. They got crazy cities. Like I want to go on them bullet trains they got. Um, yeah, just everything. I don't know. Everything I've ever heard about Japan just seems cool.
Okay, okay. What's your favorite NFL team?
Steelers. Yeah.
I didn't want I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you answer. I didn't want the guests in the
Right.
audience to feel I was swaying you.
No. That's goes back. Yeah.
And well, how often do you go visit?
Like Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. Um, I haven't been there since I was a freshman in high school. I
Oh,
was
I ain't missing that.
Yeah, I was 14. That was the only time I've been there. I don't know if you know. I grew up in Vegas. You knew that, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, I've only been there once. I was there for like a week.
You are a completely different environment than what your pops grew up in.
Hmm.
And the great thing about that is, man, every father wants that for their son, for their children to grow up and be able to experience things they did not. That's dope. And that's something that we all strive for. Big ups to your pops, aka Chisel, Jay Tizzy, my man Jared. Last one, last icebreaker. Who is your favorite NFL player, or give me a player that you resemble your style of play after?
All time.
Whoever. It don't matter if it's all time, now.
I'll just answer both. All time. The player who got me to really like even attracted my like grab my eye to like start watching football when I was a kid was Troy Polamalu. That's why I'm a Steeler
Okay.
fan. So Troy Polamalu, and then I do try to emulate my game after him, but I'll say mostly a guy I watch a lot of film on, and I try to I guess play like is Buda Baker. That's a big one.
Okay. From the
I watch
Cardinals.
these that are like my size, like the undersized guys. Antoine
Yeah.
that guy too. So probably Buda Baker. I like watching Buda Baker.
When you watch safeties like that, what is it about them that you're looking for? What is it that you're looking at? Are you looking at the angles, the advantage they take because of their size, their height? What is it?
Yeah, I guess how they use their size to their advantage in a way. Like a lot of those guys tend to be a lot more twitchy and a lot more aggressive because you can't not be that way
Right.
in like our size. So yeah, I just kind of watch just their passion, how they play, and yeah, how they I guess angles too. Yeah, they the way they pursue the ball. And a lot of it really is just film study. I
Yeah.
know those guys watch a lot of film, so just even watching their interviews too, not even necessarily just watching their like highlights or whatever or film. Like sometimes I just literally listen to them talk like in an interview and see how they prepare for a game or something like that. So a
Yes.
lot of stuff even off the field is really most of the work is done off the field. So
And if you can, because that's one of the highlighting points that I like to highlight to a lot of the younger kids that I talk to when they talk about their aspirations of the players that they wish to play like, be like, whatever, whatnot. One of the things I talk to them most about is that the preparation of the game of football It's majority mental. It's preparation. It's studying. It's film study. It's your body, working on your body, things of that nature. Can you kind of really just um, delve a little bit more into that, more so for them, giving them that understanding for a player such as yourself who's playing in college and who understands the importance of not only film study, but also the way you take care of your body during the season.
No, 100%. Like everything you said is like right on the nail. I think all the stuff you do off the field is directly going to translate into the product you get on the field. I would like I said, kind of like I alluded to a little bit. Watching film is I would argue the most important part of being a good football player, especially a safety. Um, but yeah, at least for a safety, I can't speak for every position, but I would imagine it's like that for every position because when you're watching film, it's like you're giving yourself the answers to the test. It's almost like you're cheating.
Yeah.
You could see things develop quicker, and it just allows you to play faster. You're not thinking too much. You're just reacting to what you know, what you've seen on film. So you don't have to take a bunch of false steps. You don't have to have your mind all over the place, getting tricked out by misdirection the offense is giving you. Um, yeah, I'd definitely say watching film and studying even your own playbook. You can never over communicate and you can never over study in football. Well, even just retaking notes on stuff you already know. It's just to hammer it, in your brain. Just all that off the field stuff in the film room, I'd say is definitely the most important.
Take us through your journey. Take us through your recruitment journey and the pros and cons that you can share with somebody who's going through that same process.
My journey was a little unique to the typical, high school to Division One. Like coming out of high school, I didn't really have a lot of offers. I had like a couple of Division twos, all the way up in like North Dakota and Minnesota, and coming out of Vegas. I just was kind of planning on. I didn't want to take those. I was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna just get a walk-on spot at UNLV, stay home. I was pretty confident that was gonna happen. Especially, I didn't worry about money because I had pretty good grades, so I was on academic scholarship, thankfully.
Okay.
So I was in a good situation in that sense. So I didn't think it was gonna be too, tall of a task to just walk on. I was like, I'm good enough to walk on, like whatever. And then COVID happens at the end of my high school season or
Mm,
year, and then so that kind of complicates that whole process. I still enroll as a student. That year was August 2020, and then so they don't have no tryouts, and then flash forward
mm,
4 semesters. I'm there 2 years. Eventually, I'm still waiting for a tryout. I've been working out on my own for 2 years, trying to get a tryout, and then eventually, I just become a intern actually, like a coaching intern at UNLV in hopes of like, being in the know, like seeing
right.
when it's actually going to be a tryout. Just like when they hired me as an intern, I was like, I told them in my interview, like, I really want to walk on. I'm just doing this so I could, I'm gonna
Be
still
around.
learn and like take this opportunity for what it is. But I was 19. I was like, I'm 19. I'm still trying to play football. Like I showed them my film and all that, but there was probably just like, oh, this guy. But uh, so then like 2 months into the internship, they had a tryout, so I went to it. I guess I thought I was the best player out there, but to my knowledge, they didn't take nobody from that tryout. They just kind of held it for, I don't know, for fun, I guess. And so after that, I told them like once I realized I wasn't gonna make the team from the tryout, that was June 2020 or 2022, like right before summer.
Right.
I just on my own went asked my mom if I could go move out the state for a little bit and go to City College in San Francisco, a junior college in San Francisco, because some
Okay.
of my teammates from high school were out there. And Coach Grant, shout out Coach Grant. I got a
Okay.
lot of love for him. He coached there before, and then at the time I was interning at UNLV, he was a quality control guy at
Yeah.
UNLV. So he was telling me too. He was really a big influence on me going to City College. He was like, Revis, if you go to City College, like you're gonna get an offer. So just don't worry about trying to walk on here. Just because I was thinking if I stayed there and wasted more time being an internship, it'd be three. That'd be my third year missing eligibility. So went to junior college. Had a good season, 2022, and then at the very end of the season was when coaches really started giving me some attention. I had San Jose State, my defensive coordinator. He came and visited me in person. Boise State's defensive coordinator came and visited me in person. Idaho, the Vandals safety coach came and visited me, and then a few like Mountain West schools were DMing me and stuff. But that was pretty much it was pretty fast though. Like after my junior college 2022 season, it all happened fast. All them interviews, they kind of met with me, and like all those coaches talking to me. Stephen F. Austin, they were talking to me a lot too. Their safety coach. All that happened though within like 2 weeks. So I feel like my experience was pretty unique. I know a lot of high school kids have like a pretty spread out, time communicating with coaches, but mine was really like a 2 to 3 week period at the end of my JUCO season. And then, eventually I got a visit to San Jose State, and I really liked it here. I liked the culture that I saw on my visit. I just liked it all. And it was kind of a coincidence too, because earlier in the season in my JUCO year, our coaches like gave us like little on-field little ticket passes. They have like a little connection with San Jose State, and so I already kind of took like an unofficial visit in a way earlier in the
Right.
year. So it was kind of a coincidence, and so that was kind of cool. Like, because I remember at that time when I came earlier, I was like, I would love to be here, and then I ended up getting a real visit official. So that was cool. But yeah, it was pretty fast. And then you said the pros and cons to it.
Right. And but I think though, honestly, man, like when you talk about the journey though, I think the adversity that you went through, right? You stayed consistent. Not only was you only consistent, but you stayed with your nose in the book. You stayed around the game. You stayed working out. You stayed preparing yourself to be mentally sharp. So whenever any opportunity arose, that you were already prepared to take it. And that speaks volumes to you, your work ethic and your grit and your grind for believing one in yourself, right? Because you gamble on yourself, And shout out to I think you said Coach Grant for one not being one of those coaches that see talent and hold talent, but also somebody who see talent or who's also able to speak to you on a level where it's just listen, go to this route and you'll have all the things that you need. And it sounds like everything that he said has came to fruition.
Most definitely, yeah. He was a great influence, for sure. And I was fortunate because at the time I've never really felt like a coach like him in my life, like in high school.
Yeah.
And that's not to say none of my high school coaches like did me wrong or nothing, but it just felt like Coach Grant really
He
I don't know,
believed in you.
some game that I needed, especially at that time, because it was 2 years where I wasn't playing football. I was just working out on my own. I was like, damn, can I walk on? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my clock was ticking for sure. Like,
Yeah.
2 seasons past me, football seasons. So that was my COVID year and my redshirt year. So, and Coach Grant
Wow.
was like, he gave me the confidence to like take that risk. Because, obviously it was like, oh, do I really need to go JUCO, go all the way out, away? I never lived away from home. And yeah, he came in at a pivotal moment in my decision making, and like gave me the confidence to do that for sure. So I was definitely very blessed to have him in my ear.
Talk
Definitely.
about the transition from the JUCO school to San Jose State. I mean, of course, the enrollment is different, the stadium, everything about a JUCO from a school such as San Jose State. Just talk about that transition. How were you able to carry the same mindset that basically I've already lost 2 years, so I have no other years to waste. It's now or never, basically.
Right. Yeah. So going into San Jose, I had 3 years to play. So my mentality, I guess, was when I got with the offer. I was super excited. Like it was pretty emotional for me. I took all these twists and turns, and it was a great feeling to end up actually having all that pay off. But
Okay.
it was pretty short lived though, that excitement, because once I get there, I haven't done nothing. I just I got there, which is cool, but like in my head, I'm not. I'm just thinking like the job's not done. I
Yeah.
still gotta earn my
Yeah.
stripes again. I haven't done nothing for real. Like so my mentality was just to go in there with my head down, just keep chipping away, just keep getting better, keep getting stronger, keep learning more. Um, yeah, the I would say that's where I really learned about how important film study was, because I always knew it was important, but really that transition from JUCO to the Division 1 level, it was very apparent that as a safety, especially, you need to know everything. You need to be the
Mm.
quarterback of the defense. Like you need to communicate. You need to predict things. And at the JUCO level, I feel like there wasn't as much pressure for that. Offenses weren't as
They
complex.
weren't as creative and complex.
Yeah, so definitely that was like where I had a lot of growing pains that first year,
Okay.
but that's where I learned, like, okay, I need to step this aspect of my game up for sure.
Take us through what a day looks like for you on game day. Like, what's a ritual? Do you have a ritual and a routine that you go by?
Yeah, a little bit. Uh I started thinking about that in the off season, because last year I didn't really have much of one. Or we have a different strength staff this year. And they than my first year, and because last year they kind of, like, not in a bad way. I like both strength staffs, but last year's strength staff, it was more like segmented, more. There was less free time, I would say, for you to have like a certain routine. So with with this year, I like kind of had to fill some empty space within that hour and a half, 2 hours before the game. So I kind of just use that by, like, I usually go outside. Sometimes it changes on depending on the game, but usually I find some time before the whole team goes out. We have a thing where we have the whole team go out, then we come back in for like 30, 40 minutes, and then the safeties, linemen, and outside backers go out right in our pads and stuff. But
Hmm.
before we get in our pads before the whole team goes out for the team stretch, I usually just go on the field, take my shoes and socks off, and I kind of just like ground myself. I kind of
Okay.
just walk around the field, the whole perimeter of the field, barefoot. I walk backwards a little bit too. Just I'm like visualizing like what I'm gonna do that day
Mm.
in the game. I'm sort of and then once I walk around the perimeter of the field barefoot, I kind of just freelance. Like I'll just go walk around in the field, just kind of slowly, like almost walk through like certain motions, like me being in the post or making tackles, just visualizing the people in the stands making noise, have my headphones in, I'm just listening to music, I'm just kind of just locking into the game, just thinking about what I'm going to do. Just so I'd say that was like unique to this year, that I'm going to
Okay.
continue doing. I like doing that, just like grounding, just having my bare feet, just having my toes spread out and free, because them toes be getting crunched up in the cleats. So I don't know. That feels good to me. And then after that, we just have our little team stretch, and then I just get my hands warmed up too. After our team stretch, there's a little bit of downtime. Me and one of my homies, JC, we'll throw the ball to each other, get our hands warmed up. And then, yeah, after that, then it's all pretty segmented, just
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I'll say that's what I did this year.
So what are you playing in your headphones during warm up time? What do you listen to help get you pumped for a game? Is it something more
Uh,
mellow or something thrash and upbeat?
like 2 hours before the game, I always am playing more. a little bit more mellow. It's still like hip hop, but I'm not playing no like R&B. But I'll play like some Outcasts. This season I was
Okay.
listening to a lot of Outcasts, like
What you know about Outkast? AT Alien.
yeah. I was listening to a lot of that because that was like getting me in that mode. A little bit of what is it? Aquemini? What's the one? Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
The third album, Aquemini.
I believe so.
I was listening to a lot of that. But as we get closer to the game, I'll turn listen to more like what do I be listening to? I listen to a lot of Playboy Cardi. I listen to
Okay.
like some of his more like some bass. I listen to some just rappers. What else? What do I be listening to? Some King
Take
Carson.
take me through the moments on this play, right? Tell me what you was thinking, and tell me about the excitement that you felt. Just all that you've gone through, right? All that you've dealt with. Coming out of high school, and that's COVID year. You go to UNLV, you try to walk on. They don't have walk on sessions. Then they do have one, but it seems more just a ploy just to say that we've had it. Not to say that's what it was, but
Right.
in my words. So then, you get some wise advice. You go to JUCO, and then you get offers from other schools. You end up at San Jose State. First year, I believe, didn't play as much. Had two solo tackles. This year, starting, you got 66, I believe, total tackles, 40 solo. You got two interceptions, right, including this one right here. After we play the video, I want you to walk me through your thoughts. Before the play, was there a pre-recognition to the route? Was it something that you studied, that you saw? Was it just that the D line did a good job on the pressure, forced the quarterback to make an errant throw? Take me through those thoughts and those steps after the video.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's play fake, pass right side, intercepted. It gets picked off, and now running down is Revis to the end zone. A pick six for San Jose State, 40 yards for the first score, a touchdown in this game.
Oh, wait, you cut out. Hold on.
My bad. Take me through those moments, and tell me what were your thoughts as it was all unfolding.
Yeah. So as it was happening, I just pre-snap. I get our call. We're in a cover 3.
Okay.
We're kicking the coverage to their best receiver,
Okay.
number 11. Yeah. So I'm a thirds player. I'm not the post player. I'm an outside thirds player in that play. Pre-snap, I'm just thinking to disguise, like as always. I'm usually trying to disguise depending on the situation. I think it was 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 2, second down. But I'm just there's space. I have 2 receivers on my side, normal split. I'm just gonna show like I'm down. I think I was at like 7 or 8 yard depth right there, kind of pretending like I was gonna be in it probably looked like either man coverage to them, cover 1, or a cover 3 where I'm the down player. I'm the curl to flat player. And then on the snap, I just punch out, get depth in my third. The receivers, they switch. One runs over, and then the one he tried to throw it to was running like a wheel, like a fade. My corner did a great job. DJ Harvey, he did a great job of rerouting him. So he messed up the receiver's path pretty good. And I think watching film, the quarterback, I think he thought he just had like a one-on-one and he was trying to throw a back shoulder, I'm pretty sure, and he just didn't account for me. But in the moment, really, I don't even know. I'm not really thinking nothing. I'm just thinking, I feel like when I'm playing, I'm thinking a lot pre-snap. I'm just like, okay, let me disguise this. I got 2 receivers. I have 2 threats. I have to, midpoint them or whatever. I can't just favor one. But I do know I kind of am favoring a number 11. He's their best receiver. And then once they switch and because I think 11 was actually in slot. So once the original number 1 ran his over route and got out of my zone responsibility, I just keyed in on the only receiver in my zone, but he was getting rerouted. So, but I had good depth, and yeah, at that point when I'm dropping back, I'm just I get my eyes to him. I see he's getting hemmed up, and then I just see the ball, and so I break out my pedal, and I'm really thinking,
Don't drop it.
I gotta look. It was raining. It was raining so much. It's hard to tell in the video, but that was like the rainiest game I've ever played in. So the whole game, I'm kind of like pre-snap. I'm kind of rubbing my gloves, trying to dry them off somewhere, even though I'm drenched. But so I really am like, okay, the ball's coming. I really look it in. I'm trying to making sure I caught it. And then once I realized I caught it, I just kind of coasted to the end zone. I see a fullback running at me. I'm thinking he's not going to catch me. And then I see the quarterback slide, and the quarterback, he's having a good season. He came out of nowhere, but then I just gave him a little, excuse me. And then once I was in the end zone, I was just like, damn, this is crazy. I don't even know. I kind of like, you just kind of black out. That was a pretty cool play though. But
how bittersweet was it that it happened against UNLV? The same school that you went to, the same school that you wanted to walk on and try out for, the same school that you had every desire to play for. How bittersweet was that moment that the school that didn't give you a shot is who it happened on?
Oh yeah, because of all those things you said, it was no bitter to it. It was just sweet. It was I mean, in the moment, I'm not thinking about all those things. I kind of thought about it after, but in the moment, it was only second quarter, and I'm just thinking like, I made a good play. I was celebrating with my teammates, but to be honest, I was just like, let's win the game. I mean, we could celebrate all this later, but it was still it was definitely a good feeling doing that to my to the team you just described. But I wish we would have got the dub though. That's the biggest thing. We'll get them next time. I think we play them next year. But it was definitely a good feeling for sure.
Before I let you go, man, you guys are bowl eligible this year.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? Like, you beat Stanford. I mean, that was a very tough game that you guys just came off from playing against Stanford. Now you're bowl eligible. Talk to us about the thoughts and the process, that you're now looking for. Like, listen, everything full circle, the patience, the grit and the grind, despite what the odds look like, right? Stay, your stick-to-itiveness, despite it all. And, last year you come in, you play sparingly, but this year you come in, you start, and you're killing it, right? And now you guys are bowl eligible. How exciting is that?
Oh, it's a great feeling for sure. Having the opportunity to play another game is unique. Not every team gets to do that, even teams that are bowl eligible. My mentality is just to go into it just the same way I do with every other game. It's just another opportunity to, perform and showcase my abilities, and all my teammates are thinking the same way. So it's definitely a great feeling. You only get so many of these opportunities. Like next year, I'm only going to have a guaranteed 12 games, guaranteed. So, I'm just going into it with the same mentality as every other game, but it's definitely a blessing for sure.
Absolutely, man. Make each one count. I want to say, man, I appreciate you for taking this time. I know we're in a totally different time difference. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your willingness to sit down and talk with me. Isaiah Revis, safety, San Jose State University, is going down. Pits and Push, Push Talk Radio, Pit Sports Zone, Bowie TV. You know what it is. Get all your content, all sports, primarily HBCU, but we dabble here and there outside the HBCU realm. Listen, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck in that bowl game. Let's go Spartans.
Yes, sir.